So I'm back with this pair of jeans, and I'm back with Don't Throw It Away Thursday. And so today we're going to continue working with this pair of jeans, and we've used quite a bit of it up. We've made a cover and we've made some tags. And so today we're going to make my favorite thing to make, which is another small project that's quick and doesn't take a lot, and it's clusters. So I don't know that I've made a lot of clusters on my channel, but when I'm on my own and just sitting at my desk cleaning up scraps, a lot of times I make clusters. So today we're going to make clusters, but we're going to be using jeans in those clusters. So I do want to welcome you to my channel, Making Crafts, and if you are a subscriber or already have been watching my videos, thank you so much for subscribing and watching, and welcome to all of those who are new to my channel. I hope that you will consider subscribing and coming back to check out some more of my videos. So for this project, I have some old book pages that I've pulled out. I have some of the jean material, and I've got more over to the side I can cut off if I need to. I've brought out some scrap lace and some scrap fabric, oops, I got it off camera, there you can see it. I brought out some scraps of that, and then I've also pulled out some different pieces from just the Tim Holtz ephemera packs that you can get. These are from several different kits of his, but I thought those might be neat to make our clusters with. So we're going to start out by just ripping down some of our jeans if I can. These jeans are pretty tough. I don't know if I can rip these down. I've had some before that's easier to rip, and maybe it's the direction I was trying to rip. I don't know. There we go. So we'll just rip us some of the jean material down before we start our clusters. And I love making up clusters. It's something when I'm cleaning up my scraps, I do that a lot. And it's really neat to add these to your pages, to tags, to different decorations. In your junk journal, you can add them to tabs. You can add them to so many different things. So we don't need them this long either, so I'll just cut them down. Just going to need little pieces like that. But let's get started making them. So let's start out first with some book page, and we're just going to put that. I don't know if I want to make these. Well, these are fairly large. So let's start with our book page, and let's just tear down a big chunk, and then we can always tear it down if we need to. We have less. And then we will just put a strip of jeans. So I may have cut those down too small. We can make large ones and small ones. And then let's just see if we got a large flower there. So let's add a piece of lace. Here's a piece of scrap lace. Maybe I want to add it to the edge and then just add the fabric on top. And then we can just add our flower. And that's a large cluster that we can have. And I may add words to these, some of these to be inspirational. Let's just see what kind of word we could add. Let's see here how the dark ones look. Could do that one or the light ones. It could just be kind of there. I kind of like that. So this is just a simple little cluster. Let's just start with this one. And then, we have some, I do have some labels set aside. Maybe we want to add a label too. Let's just figure, I'm just figuring out my little formula here that I want to do for them. And then we'll kind of do them all about the same, so it makes it easier to do them. That one's kind of hidden, isn't it? What if we put a label down here? I like that. And you can keep adding things to your clusters, and it really dresses it up. So let's just add some Fabri-Tac to our paper, and then we're going to layer the lace. Let me see what's the right side. There it is. And I'm just using scrap right now. If I need more, I can go to my lace drawer and pull out the lace that I have by the yard. But for now, I'm just going to use up my scraps, because that's what I'm trying to do this year too, is part of my don't throw it away is also I do need to clean out some things. So if I'm not going to throw it away, then I need to use it up. That is my new thing for me, is if I'm not throwing away, you've got to use it up, Susan. So I can't just keep piling so much in my room. I have a very small craft space. It's actually just part of the office. I'm just fraying that a little bit. It's actually part of the office, and so I've got to start cleaning some of it up so I don't drive myself crazy with it all. So let's see here. So far this seems like a good formula to make our clusters. And then what if we added this down here? Do we want that that on top of the jeans, or do we want it partly under the jeans? Because we still have room to do that. And we could also add a stamp here. This is from my, let me see here. This is from some washi tape that I have. So what if I add it sticking out the side there? I like that. And then we'll add just this little piece here. And I'm thinking that I want something behind all of this. So let me look around and see what I can find. Okay, so I have some cardstock, just some solid cardstock in different colors. I'm thinking that I want to layer it on top of that cardstock just to back it, but I want to tear my cardstock. This is how I work. I kind of just process through it as I go and see what looks right. I kind of had a plan, but not a complete plan. How about that? I had a plan in my head when I got started, but I didn't have a solid plan. I just knew kind of what I wanted to make. So how does that look? I kind of like that back that way. And so this is a large one. This would go in a pocket, or this one could go in a belly band, or different things. And then we can't ink up this edge when I get through adding all the pieces. I like inking, but lately for some reason I have gotten away from inking as much as I once did. I don't know. I just go through different phases with my crafting. But I like that because I kind of like how the book page just sort of blends in, but you can still see it. So that's one cluster. And then I've got some pink here too that we could back some, and then I've got some blue laying over here as well. But let's just start with this one first and just see. I want to make a smaller cluster this time. So let's see. Let's just tear that down and we'll find a flower. That one's smaller. And we got butterflies we could do. And we could have added a butterfly to this one. I don't know that it needed anything else, but it is pretty. Let's see. Kind of do like the butterfly on it as well. So what if we did that? What if we just added the butterfly there? Okay. Then we just add that right there. And I think that makes a cute little cluster. Okay, so now I'll just let it here so we can make sure we don't use the same flowers. I did pull out some of the same flowers because I couldn't remember which ones I pulled out and which ones I hadn't. So we're going to start out with a piece of jean material. I want one a little bit larger. Let's start out about right here and see. I've got plenty of this, so I'm not worried about cutting it the wrong size. So we've got that piece there, and then we could come in with, we've got this blue here, so let's come in with a piece of lace. I'm kind of doing the same process with it that I did the other one. Then we have those flowers. Then, before I tear this down, I could tear this off, but I'm trying to decide what else I'm going to have peeking out the side before I decide. So kind of like that there. And we could just keep it simple. That's all we could add. Or I'm just looking. Don't really want the red on it. So I do have, here's a little butterfly. Just looking around my desk to see what else I do have. I do have more washi tape. Let me see here. We've got different ones. I bring this out all the time, but I never use it that much. I pull it out, and then I always decide not to use it. And I need to use it up. There's no use holding on to it and saving it for anything. Here's a B one. That's the only thing with this one. I don't know if you got any recommendations. So with the washi tape like this, it's got different pictures. I don't know if you can see. So that one was a, oh gosh, my camera's not, it's blur, isn't it? Let me see if I can get it to, well, so there we go. So that one's a bird. And then this one was a bee. So I really wanted the bee one, but the bee one was afterwards, after the bird. And so like you can see, there's different ones on here. And I kind of want to use them out of order, so I'm not really sure how to go about that. So if you've ever come up with any ideas on how to do that, let me know, because that's something I really would like to know, is how to go. I don't know if I want to put them all on a sheet of some sort, like a sticker sheet, or what I should do. It kind of seems kind of crazy since it is washi. What if we did like this? And then we had it more overlapping like that. Okay, so I like that. So let's just start layering everything up. So I got to take some things off to layer up. And I think I am going to tear this down just a little bit more. And for this one, maybe we do ink it. Let's just see. Just to see what it looks like. Just to see if it looks better inked or not inked. We'll just do one inked. I already like the framing of the edge there. That's why I like to ink. Okay, so we're going to put our lace down first and have it hanging off. Then we will put our jean material. I'm going to pull that sticker up and add the sticker, add some glue to that sticker before I stick it all down because it's not going to stay on that fabric. And I do want the frayed edges and the edges curling up like that. So I'm putting glue down the middle. So just add some glue to the back of that washi tape. I'm just going to put it kind of sideways instead of straight. And we forgot a label. We forgot to put it on there. So we just got to slide it down in there. There we go. Just press everything down good. And then we have our flower to add to it. And we'll just attach that down. I like that. That's turned out really cute. So let's do another one. Here we have this piece as well. We'll use it up and then we'll move on to a different color background. So for this one, maybe we use a larger piece of fabric and then we add the larger butterfly along with some crocheted lace. And I think I'll put the lace across the bottom on this one. So I'll trim it off. And then we could add this little, I'm not sure what it is, just a little card. It's from the Tim Holtz pack. And there we have just a simple little cluster. And I love this jean material in the background of these clusters. And I'll be able to use these clusters in all kinds of different journals because we're bringing in other colors, not just the blue. We brought in like the pinks, and then we brought in the blue here. And then this one we're bringing in like a red. Where did I have that at? Maybe right in there? Yeah. And then, so we could use it in different style journals and different journals that we're making. So I like to make things up ahead like this. So I do have decorations for my journals that I'm working on. Just add some to those little antennae. There we go. So I like that little cluster. So now we've made 3 little clusters up. What if we, let's make, I have another idea for the jean material. What if we make some belly bands as well? So we are going to have to cut into the other leg. But I'm going to cut it to the length that I normally make my journals. So my paper is 8.5, and normally I have white edges. So let's make it around the 8-inch mark, and then we can trim them off if for some reason our journal is smaller or large, or if it's, well, I mean, if our journal is smaller. And more than likely it's going to be smaller because normally I have the, when I do digital kits, I have the white edges to cut off where my printer leaves. So that's at least another 1/4 of an inch or so. So I think, let me see here. Maybe I should measure one of my journals to be certain. So I did pause to measure one of my journals. So for me, 8 inches is going to be fine for my journals. Now, if you make larger journals and you want to make some ahead for your journals, then you'll need to measure about what size you typically make your journals and make them at that size. And you always can make them a little larger. I might do that as well, make this one. So from here to here, it is larger. So maybe I will use this whole width of this leg as my belly. So I'll make some larger and some smaller. That way I'm sure to have all the different sizes that I need. So I am going to make with the longer one. I do want to stiffen up. This is a very thin type jeans. They're not stiff. So I'm going to just stiffen it up some by adding some cardstock to the back of them. You don't have to. You could just leave it soft like this. But I'm just going to add a little bit cardstock, a little bit of glue to add the cardstock to the back. And then I'll go back and sew these. So I'm not going to put a lot of glue on them, just enough to hold it for me. So let me just put this on here. Okay, just press that down. Just want it to curl up on me. Okay, so this is the 9-inch length, so let's trim that down, trim the paper edge off. And I'm trimming the jeans just a little bit so I make sure that I don't have any paper sticking over. Because I'm going to have to trim these off for my journals anyway, more than likely. So now, let's see here. How wide do we want our belly band? And I'm just going to eyeball how wide I want it. So there's one, and it is 9 inches, so I'm definitely going to have to cut that down. So I'm going to remember to leave some of the edge and not decorate it up. So one thing is you can just go through and you could add some of the type of clusters we've already made. So that would look really pretty just right in the middle of that. And we could put like maybe a piece of fabric or a piece of lace and then just add that to the belly band. So let's make up another cluster there. I want to save these clusters for other projects. So let's make up another cluster and then we'll decorate this belly band. Or we may just decorate this belly band as we go, not worrying about making a cluster. What if we just do that? Well, here's the word I forgot to add that I wanted to add to this one. I totally forgot that I was going to add words to it. So that would be pretty there. I'm getting sidetracked now, aren't I? We'll just stick that down since I found it stuck to my paper. I want to use this paper here. This is good and stained old book page. So let's see here. Maybe it's a little thinner. Oh, so let me see. I like that ragged edge on the other side where it's been torn out of the book. So let's just see here. Maybe we'll tear it off right in there. Because I am remembering I'm going to have to trim this down, so I'll just have to trim off of both ends. So I've got the book page. So now let's see here. What do we want to add on top of the book page? Maybe that big piece of lace would go good over here. Let's just lay everything out before we start gluing, and then we'll go from there. We've got a huge butterfly. I do like that. But we also have some beautiful flowers over here. So we have this flower we could add in. We could just decorate it all the way up. So we could just add different pieces to it. I'm trying to see, this is more muted. Maybe this butterfly here. So we're just decorating it up. And then down at the bottom, let me see here. What if we had this down here? Oops, there's some bits in there. So let's just do this. And then we could have right in here. I do have some, I thought I had some laid out, some mushrooms, but I think they're too tall. Let's see in our bin if we got some smaller ones. Oh, here's one. It's smaller. But it doesn't go with that flower at all, does it? No. So that may not work for that one. We could add in a stamp. Just decorate it up as we go. So we could add in the stamp, or maybe the stamp is up here. And then our butterfly. And then maybe we have a little label down in here. I'm just wanting to add different things on here so that it's kind of filled up with different decorations. We don't want it to be too plain. Just looking at my little, so we do have a specimen card that could go there, and then maybe our number label there. I'm liking that. I like how that's looking. And I like that on the background of the blue. So I think I want to glue it down like that. So let's just pull this aside here and start out with our lace. And I'm going to trim this down just a little. It looks like I have it a little bit crooked, so I'm just going to trim it down just a little bit more. And I'll measure it so I can tell you how wide mine is. I'm just eyeballing a straight line. I don't think it's that big a deal. So it's about 2 1/4. I was going for about 2, so that's not too bad, is it? For eyeballing it. Okay, so then we're just going to run a bead of glue down through here for our lace. And let's see, what's the right side? I think that's it. So we'll just cover up the edge there. And I'm leaving, it's a little loose here so I can tuck things under there, and then I can go back and glue it down. But I just want to be able to tuck in the labels and stuff that I want to, and the paper and different things. So if I can remember how I had this. So I do think I do want the paper to be underneath the lace. So it'll be more like that. So let's put some, and I'm not going to ink it because it's got its own age effect to it, so I think it looks good. I am just going to try to glue all those loose edges down, because if not, I'm afraid the book will start tearing. It is a very old book. Okay, so just take and pull this lace back. It might have been easier to put it on before the lace, but I kind of wanted to have an idea where my lace was going before I put it down. Okay, and I got lots of glue on me. My sweater is covered in jean material, the strings from it. I'm looking quite a mess. So let's see, we'll glue that down in a second. I forgot, I do want to wait till I get my label down. My labels and my, so we're going to have the stamp. I think the stamp's going on top here. And the butterfly. And then we had our flower here, along with a little number label. And then we had the little field note, specimen guide. I think it's going on top as well. So I like how that looks. So I'm just going to glue everything on. Have that there. And our butterfly. The little specimen card. I do want it under the butterfly. Our flower. So I like making things ahead like this, because by making this ahead, then when you're starting a journal, you can just go through all of your things that you've made ahead and see which ones match the journal that you're working on and pull those out. And it does help to have some of the things made up already. For me, it does anyways. It kind of sometimes gives me a starting point of where I want to go with the journal. Let's see, there's some little, I feel like I want something more. Let's see what else we have before I add that. I have these that I've made up. Let me pull it over here so I don't have to reach across. Could have a little bug snuck in there. There's an itty bitty stamp. I do like something round. I'm not sure if that's the right one yet, or if I should find something else that's round. Maybe that one. It's hard to decide sometimes. Here's a round one. Let's see what this one looks like. Does the blue look better? I like that better, so I'm just going to add that there. And then that. And then what would this look like up there? I'm going to add that one up there. And I'm not going to add that. So there we have a cute little belly band, and we can trim it off to match the height that we need. And we've used up our jeans and some of our other supplies that we've had on hand for, I've had these on hand for over a year, and honestly, I don't never use them, so I need to use them up. So I think that's going to be nice as a belly band. And we can make one more belly band together, and then you kind of get the idea of, you know, how we can turn these into different things, the jeans into belly bands and different things. So let's make one up. I'm doing a blue journal right now, so why don't we make one up to match the journal I'm working on. So it's mainly blues in it. So let's see, here's a blue flower. They're all the same, aren't they? All the blue flower. Here's a bigger blue flower, but it's a different style. That might be neat. And I could just layer flowers up the, let's see here, kind of get an idea. No, I don't want to layer the flowers up. So let's see what else we got. That's pretty too. That journal though, I need to measure. I'm using a hardcover book for the, oops, I didn't mean to slide that. I'm using a hardcover book for this journal, this upcoming journal, and here's the book cover. So it measures 8 1/4, so my pages are probably going to be more like below the 8. So what if I make this one around 8? Then I can be sure that, then I can trim it down even more if I need to, but that way I don't have a lot to trim off. So let's just trim that one down to an 8. And then we'll just, I think I like this. So I'm going to put some book page. And we'll just, let's see, maybe right in here. And here. Okay. I do have some blue lace here we could just pull off. This isn't scraps, but we could pull it off and use it. Let's see if I can get it untangled here. So we could use this. Keep it kind of in the blues. There. Maybe kind of, not really sure yet. It's kind of hard to decide. Kind of like that. And then could slide that down some. Kind of use the same formulas we used for the last one. Have the butterfly at the top and the flowers down below. Could change it out and use a mushroom on this one. I do have mushrooms in that journal. That might look cute. And then maybe we change out the butterfly. That's looking good. And let's see, do we want a stamp of some sort? like how that looks. So then I can add more as I go if I find more that I want to put on it. I always put like a little label or something down here. Let's go ahead and trim this lace off since I'm holding the whole roll in my lap. Get that out of my way. Maybe right in there. Okay, so let's just start gluing things on. So we're going to start out this time by gluing on the paper since everything is on top of the paper. Then we'll just run a bead of glue down through here for our lace. Figure out the right side, then add it. Then we'll need to add our little card in. Add our mushroom. I may not have it high enough because I think I had it further up, didn't I? Let's see. That'll be fine, and I'm not sure where this one's going to go now because we'll have to see in just a moment. I got the glue. I'm sticking to everything. I have the glue lid stuck to my fingers. I'm making a mess today, like always. Just add that down here, and I think our stamp more like this. And then we'll add our little moth butterfly. I'm not sure which one he is. He could go there. And we're going to need something in the center there. Let me see about these. Maybe one of these would go. It's kind of a little, see what that looks like right in there. I do like that right there. And it has more of an orange butterfly. I wonder if this one should go. Oops, my fingers are sticking to it. That one would work as well. I think any of them would work with it. It's all goes together pretty well. Maybe I do go with the smaller butterfly. I'm kind of liking the smaller butterfly there. And I think I want to go with the red. I just want to add a little pop of red there. That does change the looks of it quite a bit. I think it stands out better. You actually can see it. And then I'm going to, actually, may need to glue this down. Let me see. It's doing pretty good. Okay, so we got that one done. So that was a fun crafting session, and I hope that you enjoyed it as well, and I hope you had fun watching me create these, and hopefully you will give these a try as well. And while I was straightening up my desk, I did go back. I'd forgotten that I wanted to add words to each one of these, and I like having words throughout my journals. When I receive a journal and there's words on each page, inspirational things, I really like that because I think it motivates me, and I just enjoy using the journal more. So I decided for these I wanted to add the words. So while I was cleaning up, I just found a few words to add to them. And then you can see these were white. I just dingied them up a little bit with my Tim Holtz ink. It was, I can't remember what color it is. I'll have to look around. Oh, right here it is. The Ground Espresso. It's one I use all the time. And so I did kind of sort of blend it in, but you can still see them. Well, I have really enjoyed using this pair of jeans, and we still have another week or so of Don't Throw It Away Thursday using the jeans. And then next month we'll use something different. So don't forget to like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.